Deep in the heart of North Carolina, hidden amongst towering pines, lies a place where silence reigns. A perfect circle, 40 feet in diameter, sits bare and undisturbed. The Devil's Tramping Ground. Locals speak of it in hushed tones, a place where the natural world seems to obey a different set of rules. The ground is barren, devoid of even the hardiest weeds. Animals steer clear, their instincts screaming at them to avoid this strange anomaly. Even the air feels different here, heavy with unseen energy. It is a place that both repels and attracts, a paradox of nature begging to be understood. Legend has it that this is the Devil's Playground, a place where shadows come alive and whispers of the past echo through the trees. Every night, as darkness falls, he rises from the depths to pace his circle, plotting mankind's downfall with each step he takes. His fiery footsteps scorch the earth, leaving it barren and cursed, a testament to his malevolent presence. Any living thing that dares enter his domain is met with misfortune. Driven mad by the devil's touch, their minds unraveling in the darkness. Stories abound of dogs fleeing in terror, their fur standing on end, their howls echoing through the night as they sense the evil presence. Compasses spin wildly, unable to find true north in the presence of such evil, as if the very fabric of reality is distorted. Objects left within the circle vanish by morning, spirited away by unseen hands, leaving no trace behind. The stories, passed down through generations, paint a chilling picture of a place where the veil between our world and the next is thin and the devil walks freely. Those brave enough to venture into the Devil's Tramping Ground whisper of strange occurrences. An oppressive feeling weighs heavily on their chests, a feeling of being watched by unseen eyes. Time seems to distort, minutes stretching into hours within the circle's perimeter. Some hear whispers carried on the wind, disembodied voices speaking their names. Others report seeing strange lights dancing in the darkness, orbs of energy pulsating with an unnatural glow. The woods surrounding the clearing are alive with unseen activity, a symphony of rustling leaves and snapping twigs. But when approached, the source of the sounds always seems to vanish, leaving only an eerie silence in its wake. Section 4. The Night the Music Died. In the early 1980s, a group of teenagers decided to spend a night camping within the circle, eager to prove the legends wrong. They had heard the stories, the whispers of strange occurrences and eerie sounds, but they were determined to show that there was nothing to fear. Armed with flashlights and a boombox blasting rock music, they laughed off the warnings of the locals. The night was filled with the sound of their laughter and the music that echoed through the trees. They would conquer their fear, they declared, and emerge as heroes. They posed confidently for photos, their smiles wide and their spirits high. As the night wore on, the laughter died down, replaced by an uneasy tension. The forest seemed to close in around them, the darkness growing thicker and more oppressive. The music began to skip and warp, the cheerful tunes replaced by a distorted cacophony. The once lively boombox now emitted a haunting, otherworldly sound. The teenagers looked around nervously, their bravado fading with the light. The forest, once a place of adventure, now felt like a trap. Panic set in when they realized their flashlights, fully charged just hours before, were dead. The darkness was complete, and they were left with only the sounds of the night. They fled into the night, the forest echoing with their terrified screams. The legends they had sought to disprove now seemed all too real. The next morning, they emerged from the woods, shaken and changed. Their faces were pale, their eyes wide with fear and exhaustion. They refused to speak of what they had witnessed that night, but their haunted eyes told a story that words never could. The forest had taken something from them, something they would never get back. Section 5. Science versus Superstition. Scientists have long attempted to explain the strange phenomena of the Devil's Tramping Ground. a place shrouded in mystery and intrigue. Some suggest that unusual electromagnetic fields disrupt compasses and electronic devices, causing them to malfunction in inexplicable ways. Others point to naturally occurring soil compositions that could inhibit plant growth, creating an environment where vegetation struggles to survive. But these scientific explanations fail to address the full spectrum of strange occurrences reported over the years, leaving many questions unanswered. Skeptics dismiss the stories as mere folklore, the product of overactive imaginations and a deep-seated desire to believe in the supernatural. They argue that such tales are born from a human need to explain the unexplainable, often fueled by fear and wonder. They argue that fear itself can be contagious, spreading from person to person, passed down through generations and amplified with each retelling. These stories become part of the cultural fabric, growing more elaborate and eerie with each generation. Yet, even the most hardened skeptic must concede that something unusual is happening at the Devil's Tramping Ground, something that defies simple explanation. The lack of plant and animal life, the persistent local legends, and the eerie atmosphere all contribute to the mystery. The sheer strangeness of the place, the barren ground, the peculiar silence, all point to a mystery that defies easy explanation, challenging our understanding of the natural world. Is it merely a bizarre natural phenomenon, a quirk of nature that science has yet to fully understand? Or is there something more sinister at play, something that lurks just beyond the reach of our comprehension? The answer, like the forest itself, remains shrouded in shadow, waiting to be uncovered by those brave enough to seek it.